has cared for her son Mark, who has Down syndrome, for 56 years. They've barely spent a day apart in all that time. But now Anne, at 81, needs more help and has moved into aged care. She thought Mark would be able to join her, but not so.
Sorry. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know why.
To leave her, to be taken away from her would just be devastating.
I'm not going to stop it, but I will.
The thought of life without his mum is all too much for Mark Deans.
Good boy.
For 56 years, this pair have been inseparable. Anne has been Mark's comforter and his biggest supporter. But now bureaucracy threatens to tear them apart. The bond between Mark and Anne is something to behold. Mark's non-verbal, but these two share a special language and a sense of humour.
Who's this? Goose. Goose. Bruce the Goose.
When Mark was born with Down syndrome, Anne was advised to put him into an institution. She refused, and the pair have spent decades travelling the world and making happy memories together.
How much you love Mummy?
Yeah.
How much?
Oh, yeah.
One like that. Good boy.
Mark spent his whole life living with Mum, and that's the way they like it.
He wasn't here, we did dull. He's like being his mate, don't you?
Yeah.
How much?
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
But their time together is under threat. At 81, Anne's moved into aged care in Geelong, and while she expected that Mark might be able to join her, as it stands, the law won't allow it.
It is damn ridiculous. They should open up their eyes and see what it's doing to other people got the same situation.
The Health Department has a policy that aged care is not an appropriate service for people aged under 65. Mark's 56, but given that people living with Down syndrome have a life expectancy of around 60, the family believes common sense should apply. The situation clearly distressing for Mark.
Sorry. Mum won't leave you. All right? I'll stay here with you. All right?
Access to aged care services in Australia is determined by need rather than age.
Mark's sisters Sharon and Michelle are on the case, researching ways to get Mark the care he needs.
These are human beings. This is a mum and a son that just want to be together, to spend their last years together. I don't understand why it's so hard.
But it's taking a toll on them too.
So much red tape, so many hills to jump just to have a mum and a son together. It doesn't make any sense. Come and see them. Come and see Mum and Mark together and just see them as human beings and not a rule book.
The system does make some exceptions when it comes to age. For example, Indigenous Australians can enter aged care when they turn 50. Given the health issues associated with Down syndrome, Mark's family are calling for his case to be reviewed.
He has Down syndrome. He has a life expectancy of 60 years, if we're lucky. He's almost 57. So he is experiencing all the age issues that my mum is. He's requiring assistance with everything now. The things that people go into aged care for, he's experiencing.
But Mark has always defied expectations. In his younger days, Mark was an actor, sharing the screen with the likes of Lisa McCune.
He's been an actor for 30 years. He's been on television. He's been all over the world. He is inspirational beyond words to us. He is our whole world.
And even during this bureaucratic battle, Mark entertains his family with an impromptu dance performance. And there has been some good news in the short term. The nursing home where Anne lives has allowed Mark to move into a room across the hallway for a month, a stay that expires next week. It's not a permanent solution, but it's a start.
There needs to be special circumstances considered because this is a special circumstance. He just wants to be with Mum for as long as possible. We just need to keep these guys together. We have to find a way to do that.
Meanwhile, Mark and Anne rug up in the courtyard of the nursing home,
Better happy now? Good boy.
praying that the government will act so Mark won't be left in the cold.
They're just beautiful, aren't they? And we took Mark's case to the Minister for Aged Care, Annika Wells. She's promised to work with Anne, Mark and the aged care home to find a solution. When you see how happy they are together, it is clear that Mark is exactly where he needs to be.